Sunday morning over here. Just finished up a quick yoga practice. Got some vitamin D, which is the most important thing for us to boost our immune system, to boost our testosterone, to boost our circadian rhythm, to make it more robust so that we can wake up with energy in the morning, so that we can go to sleep at night, right? So if you are not outdoors right now, if you're not utilizing this time to get out in nature and absorb the life force energy of the sun, of the fresh air outside, then you are literally hacked right now. Okay, if you're not spending time outdoors, not going and connecting with nature right now, if you're not going and connecting with yourself right now, then you are going to be going down a road that is not serving you. Okay, because that is where we came from, and that is what we have the opportunity to right now really connect with and experience who we really are, where we really came from, right? Because when we get too engaged in the social media and the computers and this material world, then we get caught up with all of these conceptions, these ideas, these trends, these thought patterns that are going around being spread, right? Especially during the situation that we're living in right now. It's important now more than ever before for us to realize who we really are and where we really came from. Because once you do, then you will have nothing to worry about. All you will be is grateful for this opportunity, this privilege to experience this dimension, this beautiful life that we have been given, right? It is a gift. And when we think that there's something to hold on to, right? At the end of the day, life is a rental. And when we think that we want to hold on to it and we're like trying really hard to survive because of these ideas being planted in our head, then we get caught up in this lower vibration. Okay, when you get caught up in the vibration of fear is when you get caught up in the conception of trying to hold on to life, of trying to survive. But once you realize that there's no surviving, there's no getting out alive, that we all came from the same place, that we're all headed towards the same place, and you connect and realize who you really are, that this is all just one cosmic dance going on, and it's for you to experience who you really are, to create yourself anew in the next golden moment of now, in the next grandest vision that you ever had about the greatest version of who you are right now. Okay, it's so important that we really wake up. And right now the thing is that this whole situation has been created to really, okay, let's just say what's the end game over here. Okay, because we see this COVID-19 out there, and we think that it's some crazy monster that's going to eat us up alive, right? This motorbike passed by, and that's trapping the majority of the population in fear, right? But there is a segment of people, there's a wave, you can feel it, of people waking up, right? Using this as an opportunity to go inwards and get clear on what is truly important right now. Okay, because this whole COVID-19 is one chess move after another. There are a bunch of different players in here, okay? All of these different players have been putting this plan into practice for decades, or maybe millennia at this point, depending on how deep down the rabbit hole you want to go, okay? If you haven't checked out David Icke's interview on London Real, it got banned on YouTube, it got banned on Vimeo because he's been discussing some stuff that is not in line with what message that wants to be broadcasted through these through these people who are behind the scenes, controlling the narrative, controlling the mainstream media, right? Mainstream media, they're just puppets, right? It's all just one big puppet show. The mainstream media, right? Big food, big pharma, right? The government. Actually, if you were to look up this man named Anthony Fauci, okay, he is the American director of infectious disease and allergy. Okay, this is the man behind the whole HIV/AIDS scare back in the US as well, convincing everyone to get vaccines, even though HIV and AIDS didn't have a correlation. Okay, look this up. Look up Anthony Fauci. Look up Dr. Shiva. He talks a lot about this stuff, about how this is all just one giant ploy with the end game of the vaccine, okay? And Dr. Shiva talks about how this is not a vaccine in the traditional sense, whereby they put the virus in you and then your body develops its own antibodies. Because right now there is no COVID-19, okay? The way that they test for COVID-19, do your own research, okay? I don't want this to come across as some out there theory. Do your own research, dig down the rabbit holes. I'm someone who is obsessed on this journey of finding out and uncovering what the reality really is, rather than the matrix that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth, right? So do your own research, but based on my research, the way that they test for COVID-19, this phenomenon of COVID-19, is using genetic material, right? The first case that came up on this was in Wuhan, whereby the doctor said that it's something like they've never seen before. It's like the lungs are shattering with glass, right? These eagles are knowing what's up. So, and then this phenomenon was not being noticed in a lot of other countries other than the ones, for example, in Italy, in Spain, in USA, in China, in Korea. And these 5 countries have a commonality amongst them. I don't even want to say what the commonality is. Just check out David Icke's interview in London Real. It'll definitely open your eyes. It's 3 hours long, but it depends how much you are obsessed on your journey towards uncovering what the reality really is. But the end game of all of this is the vaccine. Okay, and like I was saying, this is not the type of vaccine that puts in the weakened form of the virus. This is the type of vaccine that stimulates your immune system even more, right? And not, as if your immune system is not stimulated enough, and that is the point where the immune system is so stimulated that it begins attacking its own cells. Okay, so just understand what's going on with your own biology, with your own health, how to maintain it. Do not be hypnotized, do not be hacked by factors outside of you. Go inwards, right? That's why I keep repeating, if you wake up to who you really are as an eternal spiritual being, having a temporary human experience, right? Intellectually, it's like, great, yeah, I'm a spiritual being, there's nothing to be scared about. But when push comes to shove, when, you know, reality comes in front of us, like, we are grateful. Like, just be so grateful that we are privileged with this opportunity to even think about this stuff, you know? I think about the people that are out there without jobs, with kids who don't have food to feed their family, right? They don't even have time to think about this stuff. They are really in trouble right now. But this is not something that can be solved just like that. This is, poverty in itself is a disease that has been cycled again and again and again. It's like a program that, like, for example, I see someone on the street, like, I really want to help them out. I give them some money. But then I think to myself, okay, I just gave him some money. He's going to buy some food. He's going to be good for one day. But did I really help him, or did I actually make his condition even worse by making him even more dependent on me, right? So it's just something I think about. Of course, it makes me feel good to help someone out. But, you know, as the old saying goes, you give someone a fish, they'll eat for a day. If you teach them how to fish, then they'll eat forever, right? So I think that there's a lot of shifts taking place right now. But the most important point is for us to realize who we really are as pure consciousness, having this experience to realize who we really are in this giant cosmic dance. Once we realize this, once we realize that there is an unborn, undying aspect of who we are and that there's nothing to fear, then life will become limitless to you. Okay, when you become fearless, then life becomes limitless. And of course, it's easier said than done. We can feel the fear and then take action anyway and realize it's all good on the other side, and build that muscle again and again and again, and develop that courage and continue expanding our capability, our potential, our idea of who we think we are, and expanding our identity, right? At the end of the day, that's what it all comes down to, realizing who we really are. Because all of these systems in place, big food is getting you sick, big pharma is giving you the pills to numb it out, then you're just being hooked on that cycle. Mainstream media is feeding you with this negativity. Bird is tweeting out tweet. Big media is feeding you with this negativity, right? The education system, which was developed by the Rockefellers, is teaching you how to be a factory worker, teaching you how to follow instructions, right? The government inducing these stimulus packages. So just keep on enforcing the reality that there's nothing to worry about, that we're all going the same way, that death is an inevitable reality. Develop a relationship with death, contemplate death so that it can make you appreciate this life that we have even more, right? The ancient Stoics talked about memento mori, remember death. Remember death because it is your most important teacher. In the Islamic tradition, they have a saying that if you're looking for a teacher, look no further than death, okay? Because in the face of death, everything that is unimportant fades away. We can realize what is truly important. And right now is really some ploy that has been chess move after chess move after chess move that has come to this point where we have COVID-19. But I believe that this is actually going the other way for some people who are using it as an opportunity to go inwards and develop that relationship with their higher self, with who they really are, with what they're truly capable of, what is actually important, what's actually going on behind the scenes, right? And once we realize this, then there's nothing really left to fear. There's really nothing left to do other than continue expressing what you're capable of, who you really are, and continuing to recreate yourself anew in every next golden moment of now, okay? So, quick message for you. Felt inspired to share this. I feel amazing. Got some vitamin D, got some sweat out, got some yoga, opened up my body, and now just recap my week, figure it out. Another busy week coming up. Actually, I don't like the word busy. I have big plans for this week. I'm intending on being productive right now. So Stay safe, stay strong. Much love to you, and I'll see you in the next video.